Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central. So, as you may have noticed, we've started to make more and more videos revolving around requests from you guys. Next up on today's topic is ranked ladder tips. Most of these will be general ranked ladder tips and not just around solo queue or pre-made parties. This is pretty much a list of advice we've gathered over the course of our time in the pre-season beta, Season 1 to Season 2. Hopefully some of these tips are useful to you, and just know that this video won't really focus on actually improving your own skill, which in the end really matters too. If you want a couple more videos on methods you can use to improve, then check out the description for some links.
Anyway, to start off, I just want to say that there are no real shortcuts here. You won't find a single tip anywhere that just magically helps you get to Diamond, Masters, or whatever. Whilst I'm sure we'd all love to hear that you just have to use a certain ultimate combo to win every single match, that is not and will never be a thing. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk general tips. A lot of the time I see people that are doing well on a certain hero that start talking about how many gold medals they have or how they just killed a bunch of enemies off on their own. You can even hear this post-match if you talk with friends and someone tells, oh, my team was so bad and I had 3 gold medals or yada yada. I think we've all heard someone say this or maybe even said this ourselves. Now, first off, neither of that is information that will actually help your team during the game. Secondly, if you're playing DPS, then it's very likely that you will be top of eliminations, objective kills, damage done, and maybe even objective time. If you're playing support, it's very likely that you might be on top of objective time and healing, and maybe even objective kills too, meaning that you have 3 golds. Now, you might be thinking that 3 out of 5 is a lot, but really, it's not. If you're still losing in the end, it does not matter. Now, if you're in a game and this happens to you, don't complain at your teammates and talk about how well you're doing. Organize them instead. If they are actually doing badly, then most likely they will know themselves and most likely listen to yourself as well. As they know that you are doing well, being on fire, everybody will maybe realize that they don't actually have a gold medal or whatever, and they'll turn to you. Now, organization and coordination is more of a thing you have to sort out mid-game. But what you can do before the game starts, or at least during the pick screen, is check out people's career profiles. Maybe you really feel like playing Pharah in this particular match, so you insta-pick her. Just check around people's career profiles a bit, and you might find that you have a Pharah main with hundreds of hours on Pharah on your side. In that sort of situation, it might be worth giving Pharah to that particular player instead of having them stuck on Lucio because they loaded into the game last. This of course goes for the opposite too. I've seen support mains get stuck on tanks and not be nearly as effective, and then later on in the game have had them switch over to Lucio, Zen, Ana, whatever they're playing, and all of a sudden our team is a lot more organized and fights are going our way. It does definitely happen, and I've started to make a lot more use of this lately, and it's actually helped me a fair bit.
Similar to what Miska mentioned, improving communication is pretty much the #1 tip that any high ranks player will give you. It is crucial to actually playing the game correctly and will really help you if you're solo queuing. We did a communication advanced guide that you can check out here, but the general tip is essentially to only provide useful info to your team and provide as much of that as you can. Calling out information that's in the kill feed isn't normally that useful, but letting your team know that the ultimates that they and the enemy team have ready definitely is. Whilst communication is important though, do also keep in mind not to give trolls the attention that they want. If someone has started to pick bad heroes and throw the game for your team, you can't really convince them to stop, unless your team starts suddenly doing well without them. This doesn't happen very often, but sometimes raw skill can be enough to play a 5 versus 6 match, so just don't feed the troll.
As a final talking point, I want to talk about not maining a hero. Now, some of you might be a little bit triggered, so to say, by this, but it's not healthy to main one hero. Main a few different heroes, so to say. I play Zarya, Genji, Reaper, and Winston mainly, but sometimes hop on Lucio if I'm already happy with the team comp. That mix of heroes is what got me to 3.2k MMR, which is roughly among the top 6% of players on the EU servers. Now, it's not the best of the best or anything, but it's better than 94% at least. You can even see pro players play ranked on Twitch, and some of them being supports in their actual team, and they still decide to go Genji, Zarya, McCree and so on when playing ranked. Or maybe just support heroes that they don't even normally play. There's nothing saying that you can only play Hanzo, you know?
And that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Do let us know your tips in terms of climbing up the ranked ladder. And until next time, take care, and we'll see you then.